Ohn No Khau Swe, the much anticipated Burmese coconut chicken noodles. One of the most requested recipes on our channel, and I'm chuffed to bits to be sharing this golden treasure in all its glorious detail. So, grab a cuppa, settle in, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Here we've got 1 kilogram of chicken breast, cut into delicate little pieces. To the chicken we'll add 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of garlic paste, 2 tablespoons of ginger paste, 1 tablespoon of red hot chili powder, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, and 3 tablespoons of paprika. No coriander or cumin powder here. This recipe lets the coconut and spices do the talking. Give it a quick, enthusiastic mix. No need for a long marinade. Just let it absorb those wonderful flavors while we prep the rest. Now, on to the coconut curry, the creamy, dreamy heart of this dish. We're going to start by adding 2 cups of chickpea flour to a pot. Don't turn the heat on just yet. Pour in 5 cups of water for now. Don't worry. We'll add more later to reach the perfect consistency. Mix the chickpea flour thoroughly with the water. Once it starts to blend beautifully, turn the heat to medium and keep stirring for about 5 minutes. Now don't skimp on the stirring. You want this as smooth as a spring morning. I used a combination of a whisk and spatula here. Sieving the chickpea flour isn't necessary, thank goodness. We've got enough excitement in this recipe already. Keep stirring on medium heat until it's smooth and all come together. Next, the pièce de résistance. 200 grams of coconut cream block. It's the absolute heart and soul of this dish. Honestly, the flavor from the block is leagues above the tinned version. Pop it in and keep the heat on medium, stirring consistently until it melts completely. Mind you, this part requires a bit of vigilance, like a hawk eyeing its prey, so the bottom doesn't burn. You could cut the coconut block into smaller pieces if you fancy speeding things up. While that's melting, I've added an additional 3 cups of water, so that's 8 cups in total so far. Once our coconut block has dissolved beautifully, it's time for 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper powder, and 1 tablespoon of MSG. And yes, MSG is a must for that perfect umami lift. Just a little note for the skeptics. Rest assured, MSG in moderation is perfectly fine, but excess is a no-no. Like most good things, let's be honest. Give it all a good mix, then crank up the heat until it comes to a gentle boil. Keep stirring to avoid any little disasters at the bottom of the pan. Once it's had a nice little boil, turn the heat down to its absolute lowest and let it simmer for 45 minutes. Moving on to the chicken curry, a rich, sumptuous affair that's going to perfectly complement our coconut creation. Begin by blending 5 medium onions to a smooth pulp. I've chopped them a bit first to help them along. My mini food processor is small but mighty, so I'll blend them in 2 goes with a splash of water to create a smooth puree. 5 onions might seem like a lot, but they're crucial here, creating a thick, hearty base that goes a long way. This is how it should look, a creamy onion paste. In a pan, we'll heat up 1 cup of oil. Yes, it looks indulgent, but this recipe deserves a touch of extravagance. Once the oil's nice and warm, add in those blended onions. Fry them in the oil until they're starting to take on a warm, golden hue. Because the onions are blitzed finely with a bit of water, they might spit a little, so do cover the pan with a lid. Every few minutes, lift the lid and give it a good stir to make sure everything's cooking evenly. This should take about 12 minutes. Don't rush it. The onions are now perfect, with a slight golden tint and oil rising to the top. Now let's add the marinated chicken that's been patiently waiting in the wings, ready for its moment in the spotlight. Fold the chicken into the onions and let it start absorbing those wonderful flavors. Not much more to do here. Just make sure it's nicely seared and takes on a lovely orangey yellow color. Once it's golden and looking quite marvelous, cover with a lid, turn the heat down low, and let it cook away for 30 minutes. Simple as you like. Meanwhile, let's sort out the spaghetti. Now, I'm sure you all know how to do this. Just follow the instructions on the packet. Add 2 tablespoons of salt to a large pot of boiling water. Pop in the spaghetti and cook until just tender. Easiest part of the dish, isn't it? We'll also need to boil 4 eggs to a hard-boiled consistency. I'll skip the how-to here. Everyone's a pro at boiling eggs. Now let's get those rice noodles crispy. Heat some oil until it's sizzling, then add the rice noodles. They'll puff up in seconds, creating a light, crispy garnish that adds a delightful crunch. This might seem like a little extra, but it's so worth it. Just look at them, marvelously crisp and light as air. On to the chili oil. In a heat-proof bowl, add 3 tablespoons of chili flakes and 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Spoon in 3 generous scoops of piping hot oil straight from the pot. And there you have it, chili oil in mere moments. It should be about half a cup. This is what it should look like. Vibrant and fiery, but not too overpowering. Back to our spaghetti, which should now be cooked to perfection. Drain the water, but don't rinse it. Place it in a bowl, add 3 tablespoons of oil, and give it a good mix. This will keep the strands separate and easy to handle later on. Now for our coconut curry. After simmering away, I've added another 5 cups of water, bringing the total to 12 cups. The consistency is perfect. Not too thick and not too thin, with just the right amount of body. But we're not quite done yet. Let's make a quick tadka to finish it off with a bit of flair. In a small pan, heat a 1/4 cup of oil. Once hot, add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of paprika powder. Let it sizzle for a few seconds until the aroma fills the air. Then pour it directly into the coconut curry. Just look at those colors swirling together. Pure magic. Give it a gentle stir, and our coconut curry is now gloriously ready. Keep it on the lowest heat to stay warm until we're ready to assemble. Just a tip, never cover it while it's cooking, or it'll bubble over in a rather unfortunate fashion. Let's check on our chicken curry. It's now cooked to perfection. Tender chicken, oil risen to the top, and a lovely golden color that's exactly what we want. This curry is rich without being too red, and it's utterly delicious. To finish, garnish with a generous handful of fresh green coriander. We'll also prepare some essential garnishes: fresh coriander, green spring onions, white onions, lemon, and lime. Finely chop the coriander. Slice the spring onions, not too fine, just enough to add a bit of bite. Slice the lemons and limes into quarters. And there you have it. Our Burmese Ohn No Khau Swe is ready, looking utterly majestic. Yes, it was a bit of a journey, but a truly worthwhile one. This recipe has been cherished for generations in our family, and now I'm sharing it with you lovely people. I hope it brings joy to your kitchens as it has to ours. Let's get some beauty shots, shall we? Look at that chicken curry. How stunning and effortless it was to create. The coconut curry, rich and velvety, with the perfect consistency. Our fresh garnishes, adding a burst of color and flavor, and our homemade chili oil, ready in just minutes. Assembling the dish, begin with a generous handful of spaghetti in your bowl. Ladle over a good helping of coconut curry. Be liberal with it. You want the noodles bathed in that creamy delight. Next, add 2 scoops of chicken curry, half a boiled egg, a sprinkling of roasted chili flakes, and garnish with spring onions, white onions, fresh coriander, a slice of lime, some chili oil, and finally, the crispy rice noodles for that marvelous crunch. And there it is, prepared to perfection and looking absolutely stunning. Just like a street food gem you'd find in the heart of Yangon, and now right in your own home. It's as if I've shared a bit of my family's soul with you, and I hope you'll love it. Do let me know what you think in the comments. Let's capture some more glamour shots of this majestic bowl. It's earned it. Thank you all for joining me once again. All ingredients and equipment details will be in the description below. Happy cooking, my friends.